Hello and welcome to the continuation of this series of the top 10 favourites of all time. Today I will be counting down my favourite animals of all time. My best selection is based on all of the animals here on planet Earth, even the ones that have not yet been discovered. With that in mind, here is my top 10 favourite animals of all time. You're supposed to cut the footage. Can you cut the footage? What are you doing? This is really embarrassing. I'm supposed to cut it when I go like this, but please cut the footage, please. Oh my... Number 10. Slug. Yes, my top 10 favourite animal of all time is the slug. For those of you that have not heard or seen one before and need me to describe it to you, just picture yourself having a bad cold. You then sneeze, and a load of stuff comes out of your nose and lands on the floor. There, you've just produced a slug. Slugs are great because they can travel vast distances over like a period of a year or so. And they also produce a lovely trail of slime. They leave this slime as a form of graffiti, possibly to rebel against the system. For standing up for what they believe in, they have certainly earned my respect. Number 9. Fish. Yes, fish features at the number 9 spot. Fish are incredible animals. They can swim in the water. They can also go out of the water for a very brief period of time. It is for these wide variety of reasons that these animals deservedly feature at the number 9 spot. They also have scales. Fishy scales, that is. Very good creatures they are. Number 8. Lice. Lice easily fit into my top 10 favourite animals of all time. They are beautiful, cuddly looking creatures. However, because they are so small, they tend to be quite difficult to spot out in the wild. Fortunately, because they feed on human blood, more often than not, they will spot you first and come directly your way. The only reason why these creatures do not feature any higher on the list is because sometimes they can get in your hair and make it quite itchy. It's just a bit annoying, but still, it's just a minor blip because they are wonderful creatures. Number 7. Wombat. Wombats are brilliant animals. They have the ability to walk on land and eat stuff with their mouth. However, the reason why these animals cannot feature any higher on the list is because they've got very misleading names. They are not actually part of the bat family. They don't even fly. Wombat is just a poor choice of name. If anything, they should be called something like hairy hamster beavers or something to that effect. Number 6. Puffin. Puffins are a form of bird and are simply magnificent. They easily deserve the number 6 spot because they're very well groomed creatures and they tend to take a lot of pride in looking after themselves. That is a very admirable trait that one day I hope to adopt. Number 5. Worm. These are very special creatures. They of course are worms. Worms can live in the soil or in your body. Because they are literally so close to us, that is probably why I formed such an attachment to them. They are also amazing because they do not have any legs, yet they are still able to get a lot of work done. A very admirable characteristic that we can all learn from. Number 4. Donkey. Donkeys are superb creatures, and it just sickens me with all the bullying that they seem to receive from people who call them very rude names, like ass. They are not ass, they are donkeys, and it's about time that we give them more respect. They've got feelings too, you know. I just hope that people will be more respectful and kind to these poor animals that get enough stick as it is. You know, just leave them alone, let them be. They're donkeys. Just, you know, let them be, let them do their own thing. They're not harming you, you don't need to bully them. You know, that's all I ask. Number 3. Limpet. The limpet is one of the best animals known to human. I think you will all agree this to be true. For the limpeted few people out there that disagree, let me explain to you why you are wrong. Limpets can stick to wet rocks for years. I don't know any other animal that has that capability. I mean, as a human, I can barely stick to a rock for more than a few seconds, and believe me, I have tried. Limpets also have a shell to protect them. That's quite neat. However, the very best characteristic about the limpet is that it feeds on algae. I don't know if you've tried eating algae before, but it is absolutely disgusting. How they are able to tolerate just living on that their whole life, I just give them my utmost respect. Number 2. Pigeon. For many people, I'm sure the pigeon is easily their favourite animal of all time. That is not quite the case for me, but it is certainly worthy of the number 2 spot. For those people out there that have not heard of a pigeon before, I will briefly explain it to you. It is a bird. The reason why I rate this bird so highly is because of how friendly it is. A pigeon will always come and say hello to you, even if you're having a bad day. If you are lucky enough, one may even swoop by and poo on your face. I also like the pigeon because of how abundant it is. Most bird species tend to be quite few in number, and some are even close to extinction. Not the pigeon though. I respect that. They're probably next in line to take over the planet after the humans' reign is over. They're very impressive birds. Very good birds. Number 1. Amoeba. Yes, the very best animal of all time, in my opinion, is of course the amoeba. A pretty small animal, don't get me wrong, but what it lacks in size, it certainly makes up for in personality and gooiness. The amoeba is found in places like rivers or lakes, generally where it is quite wet. They prefer the calm water, the water that's just not moving around that much, even though they do a fair bit of moving in the water themselves. I think they get a thrill from splashing around in the water. What great animals they are. So that completes the top 10 ranked animals of all time. If your list is not the same as my list, then what animals would you put there instead? Is there another top 10 ranked here that you would like to see featured on this channel? Then please let me know, and I guarantee you I may or may not make a video based on that topic. Until the next encounter, see you again. Goodbye everyone. Right, I'm going to try and get me some amoeba. I've got the still water. I think that's all you need in order to get one. Just keep the water still. Hopefully an amoeba will appear. Wonder how long this takes. Don't see an amoeba yet. Hopefully it won't take much longer. Very busy man. Got a lot to do. I can't see it. I'll wait a little longer.